is what I'm saying to you. Now we're going to get to the next subject. Is he mentally, not in a rude way, his age? He's been in jail for how many years? 11 years? He's still back in pass. Because if he was mentally his age or mature enough, he would have clocked, actually done it. Now I should shut up.
Yeah. He said, you know what? I'm done talking.
I'm done talking. If they done it, I'm done talking. He would have actually won.
Yeah.
He would have actually won and be like, do you know what?
But obviously he had to explain himself, innit? So that's where now it gets a bit techie, because as he's actually done it, now he has to fully go through with it. And he didn't manage to conquer that.
See, now the conversation's changing now.
Yeah.
He didn't need to go there.
He didn't know when to stop.
He didn't know when to stop. Now, so now you understand why people was like, nah. Some people's like, nah, he's like, he's tapped. He shouldn't have gone there. You actually was successful in what you did. You said what you said. You said shut up or whatever. The girls kept quiet. You spoke, but you went mad.
He went all over.
He went all over.
He went all over the place.
He gave leg drops, stunners, rock bottoms, 3Ds, people's elbows, sharp shooting. But he went mad.
But the whole point is what we're trying to say here. Yeah. Are the women still? Do they still really need to get put in their place, or do you think they?
Can we not use
they're
that?
all right. They don't need.
Can
to
we
get
not
put in
be put in this way? Can we say, does women need to respect more men?
Yeah,
More?
you're right. Do they need to respect men more?
And this is basically our culture, isn't it? Upbringing.
I think it's the right man gets the respect from the right woman.
Come on.
Because I've dealt with women where I haven't had to fight for the respect. You know what I'm saying? Like you understand the type of man I am, and the energies don't lie, and women are gonna respect it just based off that. If they think you're just some any guy, you're not gonna get the respect. You know what I'm saying? Not like I'm some, but I know where I'm taking my energy to in it, because I read you first. Are you the woman I want do I want your respect?
Do you know what? I'm going to tell you how I deal with it. If a woman decides to argue with me, they've lost. Yeah. Because once you start to argue with things about me, that means I'm not doing something right, I believe. And if you think that you're going to argue about me, about myself, when I know my mum's come up to me and said, I'm a man now. You got your place, you got your house, you got your car, you got a lifestyle, you can work and you can do whatever. And the woman's telling me about me when I know I can provide for her in every single way that I can possible. In certain places where you should be thinking, how is he doing it? Like, I don't argue with women. I do not argue with women. I think men should not be arguing with women.
Don't argue with women.
Don't argue
with women, because at the end of the day, you're going to make yourself look stupid. At the end of the day, because at the end of the day, women always have a lot to say. They don't know when to stop. You say something and they will say something else, and they just keep on going on, back and forth. And I've seen a lot of men like go prison for arguing with women, fighting with women. Yeah, they'll be like, yo, I'm in prison for fighting with my baby mother or my girlfriend or whatever. God, women don't stop. They will go to the extreme, bro. And they will win in court as well. Even when they will do the madness, they will still win because they're very smart. They think so much. So they think about everything. So this is what men need to understand. Like, don't argue with women because it's basically a trap.
Yeah, you can't. If you argue with women, I say it to some of my friends. If you argue with women, you're feminine. Because you're not thinking logically. You're thinking based off emotions. When a woman's arguing with you, not saying that they don't think logically, but they're arguing because of their emotions. They'll tell you, I'm feeling something. This is what you're doing. This is a feeling. With men, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, now, do you know what? That's a good point still, because there's been so many times where I'm having discussion with women and they're telling me, oh, I just feel like you, and I just feel like, I'm saying, hold on a minute. Stop with what you feel like. Let's talk about what actually happened. because this is what happened, X, Y, Z, Z. And they're saying, yeah, that's what happened, but I feel like you just da-da-da-da, and they start explaining something else. Stop making up stories in your head and going based off how you feel. Let's talk about the actual scenario at hand.
So, now we're talking about things in general and how we're perceiving this situation now. Does J seem a bit mad? I'm just saying, again, he got his outcome. No one's clocked it. Did get the outcome. He went over the top. But are we still going to take the fact that everybody has to be held accountable for that situation?
Well, no one should be held accountable for his situation. You understand? And you need to understand that as a grown up now, you have to be a person that deals with your situation in life more better. You can't now start throwing tantrums. So you have to understand.
Did he do that though?
Yeah, he did throw. I believe.
Or the females threw tantrums
no,
first?
he threw tantrum. It was tantrum regardless. So whether the women done it first, he done it. It was all tantrum. So at the end of the day, as a grown up, you have to understand. You have to be professional. You have to explain yourself. Yeah, because that's the key to life out here is talking, explaining, making people understand where you're coming from.
I'm going to be honest, just to say, I'm being honest. Recently, I've done something. I exploded recently about certain discrepancies I had with somebody. Right. And I wasn't able to articulate them myself the way I wanted to because it was all too much at once. What he's done, he hasn't been able to articulate himself properly because it's all too much at once. And sometimes he might have heard it so many times by other people that with those females there, it just went and he blew up. Now, not to say that he has a total right to be upset about the way he's being treated, but his response, he has to accept that people's not gonna take what he did lightly and be cool with it because he's actually offended not only just those women but a load of other people as well. And what I'm seeing, he's done the response a couple of times, but he hasn't taken accountability of what he's done properly.
And that was my point in the video that I made, because everybody's talking about what he was saying and how he said things very detailed, and that's cool. But someone who doesn't understand that they may have made a bit of an error, how can you correct them? If I do something and I don't feel like I've done anything wrong because no one's broke it down or showed it to me from a different perspective to make me see, okay, look at it from this angle or this perspective. If no one's showing me that, I'm just going to look at it like, bruv, why is everyone bugging out? Like,
so Kevin Hart always has a saying. Kevin Hart has a saying, you learn something new every day. That's life. We learn something new every day.
All right. And that's facts.
What I'm seeing now is that I've learned that black men don't really like to support black men when a black man's being hit and he's done wrong. We don't really like to support each other where we're going to say, you know what, bro, let me take you off here, but let's talk behind closed doors so we can educate you. We can get you up to speed of things where we can explain to you where you're wrong.
Again, you're saying black men, but I don't think it's all black men. I think there's a group here and there's a group there. Because I've said today, like, someone who's around him should be showing Ginga where he's gone wrong and helping him to prevent himself from falling into that same trap again. And then there's a other group of people who are saying, no, he's a grown man, but we learn something new every day. We make mistakes. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, 60, you can still make a mistake at 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always going to be things in the world that you haven't experienced. You know what I'm saying? I get it. This is emotions and dialogue and rare-to-tear, but we have to remember as well, even though he's a big man, he's been held back by going to jail. Yes, it is his fault, rare-to-tear, but does that mean he's not entitled to the education in terms of showing him, bro, this is how the world is right now. You've been in jail for 11 years. Since you've been away, things that used to run can't run now. Like, for instance, we have TV programs that used to be hella racist, like Little Britain and that, taking the piss out of people with disabilities. If you do that something like that now in 2025, you're getting cancelled, bro.
You can't even play TKO.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, Ginger is still back here when the world is still here. The same thing, even like, I heard grime artists talking about it, and even Rimsey talking about, jail, when I came home, it was boot cuts when I went in. I had to adjust quickly. Everyone's wearing fitted jeans and all of these things, like, and all my brethren was dissing me, but all I had was boot cut jeans. You get what I'm saying? So man are coming out and they're mentally still in a place where the world is not. AI is taking the world further. Man are using ChatGPT to do bare things now, to apply for jobs, to, you get me, do their homework, coursework, university work, and we have teachers now that are using ChatGPT to mark the work.
So let me ask you,